Hey golfers, in this next video I'm going to be talking about left arm off chest in downswing. Keep watching. Hi, it's Troy from hittingitsolid.com here. Thanks for watching. So we're talking about getting the left arm off the chest in the downswing. Now, this is a key move because if you don't get it off the chest, it's very likely you could end up with a two-way miss, either blocks out to the right or pulls or pull hooks to the left. So if you're guilty of either one of those two-way misses, there's a good chance you might be doing this incorrectly. So I'll show you what it looks like from a couple of different angles. So from down the line, we're talking about our lead arm or our left arm for a right-hander. As you get to the top, you'll see that lead arm will be pinned against your chest, which is a key position in the backswing. But as we come down the downswing, if you leave it pinned, quite often the club may come down steep, or if you try to rotate too quickly, you'll have a lot of trouble squaring out the club face. You'll also lack a lot of power and speed as you come through the golf ball. So it's really important we get that lead arm, that left arm, to slide slowly off the chest in the downswing. Here's the face-on look at it. So I get to the top. This would be leaving it pinned to the chest. And quite often at impact, you'll see that lead shoulder gets really high. So if you've looked at yourself on video and you see that lead shoulder high, have a look at that arm and see if it's remaining pinned to the chest. You'll get in this position here. Makes it difficult to compress your irons and really get in a better impact position. What I'd like to see you do is get that lead arm just slowly. It'll be pinned to your chest at the start of the downswing, but as you slowly move down, it will come away from the chest just slightly, and through to impact, it will almost feel like it's just beside that left rib cage there at impact. Now, keeping it pinned to your chest is okay for chipping or even pitch shots, maybe up to say 50 yards or so, because we want that connection. But as we get into the longer clubs, we definitely want that left arm coming off that chest in the downswing. Getting that left arm off the chest in the downswing also, as I mentioned, provides you with an additional boost in speed. If you leave it pinned to your chest, you're really not taking advantage of the extra speed that you can get in your golf swing. If you leave it pinned like this, you're only able to really generate speed as quick as you can turn your shoulders and your hips like that. You can see there, I'm only able to move the club at a certain speed, whereas I get that lead arm separating, I can really take advantage and really whip that club through. So you're missing out on a huge club head speed advantage by getting that lead arm off that chest. Now, really important with this, I'll show you from this angle here. When I say getting that left arm off the chest, I'm not talking about doing anything like this, getting over the top and getting it, because that's getting it off your chest, but that would obviously be coming down really steep. We don't want to do that. We want to be coming off the chest sort of slightly. There's no particular amount as such, but it's just sliding off the chest through to that position there. We just don't want anything like that where we get totally disconnected. So from this angle here, we don't want to be coming out like that. We just want it sliding down, just slightly coming off the chest. That way we're able to shallow it and really compress the golf ball. So that's really important. And also tying in with this, it's important you rotate. We've got to rotate those hips at the same time. So as it's sliding off, got to continue rotating, and that'll help us get into that great impact position. If you look at any of your favorite players on YouTube, have a look at their swings in slow motion, particularly with their irons. You will see all of them are very similar. They'll all come down to here. Shoulders will be a bit closed, but that left arm, it will slowly come off that chest through to that great impact position. If you get stuck or come over the top, this might be something you're doing wrong as well. So from this angle here, if you pin that left arm to your chest, quite often a lot of golfers will come like this and come right over the top, or conversely, they might rotate their hips okay, but the club gets sort of trapped away behind them, and then they're sort of playing catch up to try and square the club face from there. So they could be another 2 reasons why you're struggling with a two-way miss in your golf swing. So as I said earlier, really important you record your swing on video and just see if this is something that you might be doing. If you're getting that two-way miss, there's a good chance you might be having that left arm pinned to your chest for too long in the downswing. It has to come off that chest to get into that great impact position. Now coming up, I'm going to show you a simple drill you can practice at home to really nail this move. All right, here's a simple exercise you can practice at home to really get that left arm off the chest in the downswing. So first thing I want you to do is we'll just put our club away there. Just start with your lead arm. I want you to make a turn. Now you'll see when I do this, as I come down, now for me, the little logo on my shirt here will be covered mostly, but as you come down, as that left arm comes off your chest, you should see that logo a lot more exposed, just as you come through. All right, so we can pull in a club. We'll just do a left-handed one to start with. As we go to the top, you'll see that logo is not showing too well, but as I come down, that lead arm should come off that chest and through that impact, and that lead arm will be somewhere beside those left ribs there, in that position there. So with 2 arms, we're just going to do slow rehearsals as we get to the top. As we shift, we rotate. As you get to about somewhere around that position there, that lead arm will just slowly but surely come off that chest, and then we get into that great impact position there. We get forward shaft lean. We're really covering the golf ball. You're able to compress it. You can see that logo is clearly shown there. The lead arm has come off the chest. It's still touching it slightly, but it's not pinned against it like this. And the telltale sign, as I said earlier, is that really high lead shoulder. So we need that left arm coming off that shoulder, getting to that great impact position. So there you have it. Now coming up, really important, I've got an additional video that talks about the hand path in the downswing. This ties in really well with this video to help you make a great downswing. It's coming up, make sure you watch it. Do you want to know how to make an even better downswing? Click and watch the video on your screen now. It's going to go into more detail about the hand path and the downswing. Now this ties in really well with this video to help you make a great downswing. Do you want to know how to play even better golf? Consider subscribing to the channel. And remember, if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. I will get back to you. Thanks for watching. See you next time.